Interesting question here. Just how much control does your neighborhood association have over what you plant in your own front yard?
Yeah, there's a battle over a European white birch tree, and it could decide that question for some homeowners in southeast Portland. The tree tussle is happening on Southeast Palm Street in Ladd's Addition, and one homeowner planted something other than the white birch trees the neighborhood association allows.
A tree tussle, we're calling it now.
Tree tussle.
K2's Joe English live in the Ladd's Addition neighborhood. Joe, trees, do they have to come out?
Well, they may have to. It's still undecided at this point. I just got off the phone with the owner of this home. She rents out the property, and she had gotten the okay from the city to plant these trees, a magnolia tree and a strawberry tree. Well, the neighborhood association heard about that. They said that is against the bylaws. They complained to the city, and then the city took their side. So now Diane Brody tells me that she is going to appeal that decision before she has to tear out these trees.
I thought you're responsible for the trees on the parking strip.
Susan Dobroff didn't plant the wayward trees, but she sees them from her porch next door.
I watched them put the trees in, and they were part of this whole remodel and landscaping, and you know, it has a whole integrity. They had a reason for putting those in.
The main reason, the homeowner says, is this guy, the bronze birch borer, a beetle that targets birch trees.
Well, I had not been to the Ladd's Addition area before. Beautiful neighborhood. Walking through here, though, I can tell you one thing. On certain streets, you do see a pattern. I don't know my trees well enough to tell you what these are, but I can tell you they all look alike. Go over another block and you see different trees that are all the same. But it's not a perfect pattern on every block. This tree, obviously not the same as that tree.
On my street, the designated tree is a Norway maple, which I understand the city's actually sort of considering a pest now. So, what are you going to do?
Well, here's what we did. When we found out that Susan Dobroff is a retired lawyer, we gave her the job of resolving this conflict. As much as she likes the magnolia and strawberry trees,
Ladd's Addition is full of some of the most beautiful trees in Portland.
she has to go with the letter of the law.
If you show me a document and it forms a contract, then you have to go with what the contract says.
Now, we tried to talk to the Parks Department today about the trees, did not get a response from them. Now, most cities and towns do have rules about what you can and cannot plant. In fact, the city of Portland is just wrapping up what it is calling the Citywide Tree Project. It's an effort to consolidate all those rules that vary from neighborhood to neighborhood and make them more of the same rules that apply to everybody. In Southeast Portland, Joe English, K2 News.
Let's talk a little bit about that tree project. Joe, what exactly does that mean for the residents there?
Well, it's really meant to streamline those rules, make everything easier to understand and easier to control and enforce. In that case, it streamlines the permit system as well, and it sets up a single point of contact with the city, also puts out a manual for people to follow, and this may be the best thing that happens out of it, a 24-hour tree hotline that you can call when you have questions about whether you can put in something like this. Back to you.
We will follow this, Joe. Thank you, sir. At 5 o'clock we asked, what do you think of the rules that limit what kinds of trees you can plant on your own property? Here's how you responded in our K2 web poll. 61% of you feel that people should plant whatever they like. 35% feel some trees aren't good for the area. 4% are not sure.